Top story here at 6. An event happening on the plaza on Saturday is already creating conversation. It's organized by the same man who held a huge worship concert in Nashville. Here's video of that, and it spurred an investigation by the health department because of the huge number of unmasked people in this crowd.
Some believe the investigation is a violation of religious freedoms. New here at 6, KCTV5's Leslie Aguilar is live with reaction from local religious and health leaders. Leslie?
Brad, right now, this church is 7 months into virtual-only services. You see from the sign here that they encourage mask wearing and social distancing. But Saturday, there will be a huge number of people worshiping in person right across the street. And the Reverend here hopes they all take precautions. This video from Nashville on Sunday has caused alarm due to most of the crowd not wearing a mask as COVID-19 cases rise across Tennessee and the Midwest in general. Nashville health officials say there could be penalties coming against the organizer, spurring strong reaction from many, including this congressional candidate, calling it a hashtag war on Christians. But Reverend Shanna Stites sees things differently.
We are worshiping just in different ways. So we're still together, just apart.
Services here have been virtual since March.
It has been really hard.
She believes it's best to keep her congregation safe. And though she's lost a few members for that, she's gained a lot too.
Some of these people I've never met in person. One of them lives in rural central Missouri. One of them lives in Lawrence.
One of her church members is Dr. Stephen Stites from the University of Kansas Health System.
That in the Midwest and in Kansas City and in Kansas and Missouri, we are seeing significant rises in the number of people who are infected.
He says gatherings this big, even if outside, are a bad idea. The Facebook event for the Let Us Worship concert has nearly 500 people saying they'll attend.
Is it harder than it is inside? You bet. Can it still happen? Absolutely. There are plenty of good examples, just think about Sturgis, of events in which people are largely outside, but they're close together and they're not wearing masks and they will share the virus.
He cautions anyone thinking about going to that event to reconsider, and it has nothing to do with the fact the event is for Christian worship.
COVID does not discriminate. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor, if you live in Kansas or Missouri, or you're a Republican or a Democrat. It doesn't care if you're a Christian or a Jew.
Yeah, the Kansas City Health Department keeps a long list of religious gatherings, of large gatherings, any large gathering, to use when contact tracing. They hadn't heard of this one until today. We're going to post their full statement on our website, kctv5.com. Reporting live in Kansas City, Leslie Aguilar, KCTV5 News.
Fuck up. Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect. It's Akia Mahalaya coming back with another quick lesson through the Spirit and power Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. Those will be edifying. This is going to cause a lot of problems, I see, with this whole. It says notorious religious rally comes to KC, which is Kansas City, Missouri. Now, what's so funny about this is that you got a group of these Edomites claiming to be Christians. For one thing, the Most High does not deal with Edomites, and I'm not saying that some people in there might not be Jake, all right, because that'd be kind of shallow to say. But overall, that's a predominantly Edomite organization, and we know through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, you devils don't believe in the Most High, because that Christian community church, if you read the banner, it says, "Thou shalt love thy neighbor and wear a mask." But if you got faith in Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, you ain't worried about getting sick, you know. Even if you do, you believe in the Lord can heal you, you know. But I want to focus more on how this whole thing is going to bring sedition and uprisings, right? Because they're going down in the area where we prophesied at, actually. And we can't be down there because ain't no telling what Esau is going to do. We don't know if the cops are going to come and show out, or just the fact of that contract chasing thing. We don't want to be anywhere in the vicinity of that, so we're going to have to move around that day. We're going to pretty much have to switch locations. We ain't going to be able to be in the plaza. But nonetheless, man, this is going to bring in uproars of the people, because people are getting tired of living like Goyim and sheep. Okay, sheep, which is cattle, or Goyim, which is cattle. you know, and that's the spirit, man, because I got into a slight altercation with my supervisor today over this bullshit, man, telling me what particular mask is appropriate. I said, my mask ain't appropriate, but yours is. I said, oh, okay, that's funny. And the type of mask I got, they wear those in the Middle East. It's called a shimga. And in actuality, that does protect your face, because what do you think Ishmael wear when it's storms and heat waves and it's cold, and when it's sandstorms? They wear these particular masks that we wear, and it protects their face, it protects their skin, you know, it protects dust particles from getting in their system. So the mask I got is actually more appropriated than the bullshit mask that they're trying to get us to wear. But since this is not Caucasian approved, then all of a sudden it's a fucking problem. So I was arguing with him for a minute, and he was like, well, we can go to HR about it. And I said, I'll tell you the same thing I tell them. I tell them the same thing I tell you. I said, I'm not covering my nose up. You can fucking forget about it, man. You know, and he shut his mouth after that. You know, because I was telling him, I was like, you know, goddamn well that you put this mask over your face, you're breaking down your immune system. Well, it's to protect others. I said, fuck that. I'm trying to protect myself. You know, what are you going on for? And on top of that,
He says gatherings this big.
And on top of that, it's just the principle of it. They want ultimate control. You know, Esau wants control. He wants to break your mental down, and he wanted to threaten you through a job. But like I told them months ago, I said, you can't threaten me with no job. So I'm like, that's not gonna work. I'm like, if you threaten to take my job because I refuse to put your mask over my nose and I got my own mask, then hey, that's your problem. You know, because it's bullshit. Because I was telling him, I was like, you know damn well that you get sick by covering up your nose with that mask, man. And he couldn't really say anything about it. And I was like, you want me to sit up here and believe a bunch of people that could contradict themselves day in and day out about a fucking fake ass virus that they're trying to get people vaccinated so you could be justified on doing your numbers? Because at the end of the day, a state government is still a government. A state agency is still an agency. It's still the same thing, man, all right? And a lot of things that the federal government can't get off, they run it through the state, because a lot of times there's no remedy in state revisions as far as laws. If you're getting hemmed up on the state level, there's no remedy to that. So you have to take it to a supreme or a federal level. And Esau knows that. But who's going to go through the hassle of taking shit to federal court? You know, because like I said, I'm like, this is not federally mandated. So how can they reprimand me for that? You know what I'm saying? And then the spirit like, look, man, they already know you're going to be hard. They already know you're going to give them some pullback on that. Spirit like, they already know you're going to give them pullback on it. So the spirit like, look, man, just get their mask, and just play the game. Don't play the game, but don't play the game. Like I said, I'm like, I'll wear your shit. I'll play your game. I'll wear it when you around, but I'm taking that shit right back off. And the crazy part about it is, I wear my own mask. I'm not wearing y'all masks, man. All right, now you got a problem with it, and that's on you. But that's just my spirit. But at the same time, it's just like, hey, if I gotta go in that building, I toss the little fucking paper thin mask on, you know what I'm saying, and be in and out of there, and I take it right back off. All right, because it's a mask at the end of the day. But when it comes time to make a stand, when it comes time to vaccinate people, and they trying to force people to get this test, that's when brothers are gonna have to really make a stand. Because right now, they could play the schematics with you. They can do the Jedi mind fuckery with you. That's the whole plan. They're trying to break you in, and they're trying to see who's going to comply with their bullshit or not. That's why I got back to the building at 2:30. He sent the long email out talking about what's appropriate, but he still didn't make any sense. Because I'm like, if I took this shit to HR, I'm like, they will side with me, because they would know that this mask that I have is very much approved. And on top of that, I'm not spreading germs by having my nose uncovered. It ain't like I'm sneezing. I'm like, you trying to make motherfuckers sick, man, so you can be justified on getting your numbers up. Because all of a sudden, since August began, all of a sudden the job's been getting these new numbers of this bullshit, of this nonsense. I'm like, man, you people got some fucking nerve. You know, because you want to walk around here stupid and being ignorant to the facts. That don't mean we got to be stupid. But see, Esau gets mad because we're not stupid, you know, unlike the rest of these people that willingly bend over to get, you know, plumbled sideways, you know. But that's not our spirit. But like I said, you know, we'll agree with you for the time being, but overall, you know, there's only a limit to compromising. When it comes to life or death, and it comes to making a stand for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, all this other bullshit is out the window. And that's the mindset, and that's the spirit the Lord's been putting me in, because I sure bucked up against it. You know, and the spirit like, man, just get their mask, you know, take it, and then they see you, just throw it on. You know, because obviously they have a problem with what you wearing, but yet, you know, other people could come in here and wear whatever the hell they want, but you got a problem with me though, you know. So anyway, let's get a couple of precepts here, a couple of scriptures, man, because this is gonna lead into sedition of men. A lot of people are gonna buck up. A lot of people are gonna defy the orders of the government because they know that it ain't right. No, nobody's getting sick from this shit. People are getting sick from the flu and whatever else is out here. But as far as what they're saying, they're trying to justify numbers so they can be justified on forcing these vaccines on people. All right. So this is the book of 2 Edges 15:4. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." This is race riots. All right. Because like this whole Christian organization that's going to be in Kansas City this Saturday. Hey, who knows what those people may do? They may be armed, they may not. But, you know, who knows? Because obviously they're defying government orders, you know, or state orders of wearing masks, which is not even a law. It's not even against the law to not wear it. You know what I'm saying? So how you going to mandate something that's not law under the color of law? But anyway, it says here, "But for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh." And it says, "And one people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And they're talking about election night being like another purge. You know, because a lot of people gonna be trying to find you state work, you state government office officials, you federal government officials, you mayors, you senators. A lot of people are gonna try to find you, and they're gonna try to take your head off because people ain't with giving their freedoms taken away. And on top of that, if you claim to uphold the United States Constitution by you telling people they have to wear a mask over their face for a virus that you can't even prove exists, you know what I'm saying? You are violating people's law. You're violating people's rights. All right. And that's off, you know. Well, I mean, according to Esau's Constitution, even though us as so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we don't have rights. But nonetheless, under affirmative action, there's only so much shit they can do to you. But anyway, it says here, "For there should be sedition among men and invading one another." Right. People are going to be breaking in each other's houses. People are going to be robbing each other, looting each other, fighting each other, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes. They're not going to give a damn what Dr. Fauci say, you know, or what this guy Bill Gates of hell or Melinda Gates or Trump. People ain't worrying about what these government officials are saying. Ain't nobody going to worry about what the cops are saying. People are going to take matters into their own hands because at the end of the day, people are really sick and tired of it. And the men of the Lord, we're sick and tired. We're sick and tired of having to live by your bullshit ass law. All right, we're tired of sitting up here having to disguise ourselves and act like we among you when we're different. You know, and that's why I know through the spirit, when they start trying to force these inoculations on people, I already know. They already know. Give me my walking papers, man. They already know because they already seeing it in my spirit. They like, oh yeah, this guy ain't gonna comply. This guy is challenging everything we throw at him. You know, you know. But I put them in a trick bag though. I play with their minds and I get them and then I make them think they got me because I'm like, you know what? Let me get the mask. Let me see this and that. But I already know I ain't gonna wear the shit. I didn't wear it none a day. You know, so it's just like, all right. But same time, you know, they documenting and I'm documenting everything too, you know. But nonetheless, man, this is gonna end in a bloodbath because people, like I said, man, they're gonna get sick and tired of being pressed against the wall and people gonna want to do something. You know, so us as men of the Lord, hey, we gotta remain solid and diligent. And hey, man, you gotta trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai because I'm telling you right now, eventually we're going to lose our jobs. We're going to lose our jobs. Eventually we're going to lose everything that we got for the most part. So you got to have that mindset and arm yourself with the proper mindset to be able to face those type of deficiencies, man, because they're coming. Like I said, election year, we don't know what's going to happen during election night. Me personally, since I have a smaller camp, you know, I suggest brothers to kind of, you know, be around one another to kind of peep the spirit. Because if Trump win, people going to go ape shit crazy. If Biden win, people gonna go apeshit crazy, you know. But at the end of the day, the same outcome is going to be manifested among Babylon, which is destruction. And it says here, "In the course of their action shall stand in their own power, and the man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. But because of their pride, the city should be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men should be afraid. And the man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." All right. So, hey, brothers, these are the times we're coming into, man. All right. Time now to get serious, get your mind focused. And you got to have your mind set on if you're going to really serve the Lord. If you're really willing to walk away from everything that you've once had and take your chances out here. because that's what it's coming to. Fuck trying to hold on to the society. We're going to have to detach from it sooner or later. All right? This society ran its course. We've served our purpose here. So now it's time to really get in the mindset of being in the footsteps of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and if you in that footsteps, the Lord said he'll do this. This is Revelation 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which should come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Lord is going to try each and every last one of us, man. And you got to know that you're going to overcome. And it says, behold, I come quickly, and hold fast which thou hast. And it says that no man take thy crown. And to him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he should go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. All right, so hey, brothers, like I said, man, by the end of this year, a lot of us might not be working no more. And hey, I'm anticipating that. You know, I'm sick and tired of working for these motherfuckers anyway. I don't like working for fucking Edomites, man. Especially when they think that they could just pull a fast one on you like you're supposed to be stupid and bend over. Well, that's not the spirit of the men of the Lord. We'll say fuck all this shit before the end of the day. And with that, all praises and glory, honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a ball.